Hey guys, it's Jean-Claude, and our last two decks have been pretty much on fire. Great decks. Can we find a third deck in a row? Will we hit the trifecta? Well, we're about to find out. Let's try and hide the houses. Let's see here. Let out gently. First house is Mars. Oh boy. Well, Mars is pretty good in AoE. We saw that one. It's Shadows. We'll keep this third house hidden. It's Goglow, the Spymaster of the Dark. Interesting. And wait a minute. Let's really slow roll the third house. We'll see whenever we hit it as we go through the cards, shall we? All right. We are going to start off with Shadows. Depno, Spymaster, 1 power elusive. Omni, choose a friendly creature. You may use that creature this turn. It's a pretty good card. Special Delivery, it's an artifact, and whenever you play it. Omni, sacrifice it, deal 3 damage to a flank creature. If this damage destroys that creature, you get to purge it. Skeleton Key, it's an artifact, action. A friendly creature captures an amber. It's good. Night Forge, and whenever you play it. Play, if you have not forged a key this turn, you may forge a key at +4 current cost. Oof. It's a key cheap, but it's pretty pricey. It basically is going to cost you 3 more because you're at least getting the amber there. Yancey Gang, 5 power, action, steal an amber. Throwing Stars, deal 1 damage to up to 3 creatures, gain 1 amber for each creature destroyed this way. Ronnie Wrist Clocks, 2 power, play, steal an amber. If your opponent has 7 more amber, you get to steal 2 instead. It's a great card. Life for a life, amber whenever you play it. Sacrifice a creature to deal 6 damage to a creature. Knuckles Bolton, 3 power, elusive and skirmish. Gamgee, 2 power, elusive, reap. If your opponent has more amber than you, you get to steal 1. Furtive Investors, amber whenever you play it. If your opponent has more amber than you, you gain 1 for each key your opponent has forged. Dusk Chronicles, 1 amber whenever you play it. If your opponent has more amber than you, you draw a card. If you have more amber than your opponent, you archive a card. Now we're on to, Mars, and what a great card to see. But before I get into that, I don't seem to get very lucky when it comes to steal and AoA. You got one that's conditional. You got Ronnie Wrist Clocks. He's actually probably the best steal I've seen. But yeah, there's just not that much. It's kind of bad. I mean, Shadow still generates amber, but it's not the same as being able to actually steal something. So that's kind of sad to see. I'm waiting for a really good Shadows inside of AoA. Today is not that day, but check this card out. We're on Mars now. It's Total Recall, amber whenever you play it. Play, for each friendly ready creature, gain 1 amber. Return each friendly creature to your hand. That's a fantastic card. Killzord MK 9001. It's an upgrade. This creature gains +2 armor and +2 power. This creature gains skirmish and fight, gain 1 chain. Sample Collection. Play, put an enemy creature into your archives for each key your opponent has forged. If any of those creatures leave your archives, they are put into the owner's hand instead. Hypno Beam. Gain control of an enemy creature. How good is that? Amber Conduction Unit. It's an artifact. After an enemy creature reaps, if it's the first time a creature is reaped this turn, stun it. Xanthix Harvester. 3 power, cannot be used while it has a non-Mars neighbor. Reap, gain an amber. Oh, there's 2 of them. Vesma Think Drone, 3 power, reap. You may archive a friendly creature or artifact from play. Sky Booster Squadron, 4 power, reap. Return Sky Booster Squadron to your hand. Mars First, amber whenever you play it. Ready and use a friendly Mars creature. Collector Worm, hello. 2 power, 5 armor. Fight. Archive the creature. Collector Worm fights. If that creature leaves your archives, put it into its owner's hand instead. Agent Who-Man, 2 power, elusive. Reap. Choose a friendly non-Mars creature and an enemy non-Mars creature. Stun the chosen creatures. Oh, and our third house is Dis. Okay. Interesting card to start off with. It's Scolion, 7 power, 2 armor. Play. Sacrifice a friendly creature. Pretty good if you get something like Dust Imp. Poltergeist, amber whenever you play it. Use any artifact controlled by any player as if it was yours. Destroy that artifact. Right now, this is the best artifact control in the game. Life Ward, amber whenever you play it. It's an artifact. Omni, sacrifice it. Your opponent cannot play creatures on their next turn. Gongoozle, 1 amber. Play, deal 3 damage to a creature. If it is not destroyed, its owner discards a random card from their hand. This card's gotten quite a bit better since AoA came out. Bronze Key Imp. 2 power, elusive. Players cannot forge their first key. Oh, if you can get ahead, this is really good. If you're able to be the first player to forge your key, this card can get nuts. Tesmal, 2 power, elusive. Reap, choose a house. Your opponent cannot choose the house as their active house on the next turn. Strek, 2 power, elusive. While it's not on flank, your opponent refills their hand to 1 less card during the draw card step. Not finished with you. Amber, whenever you play it, shuffle any number of creatures from your discard pile into your deck. Dust Imp, nice. 2 power, destroyed, gain 2 amber. Call the Weak, Amber, whenever you play it, destroy the least powerful enemy creature. Charette, 4 power, played, capture 3. That's great for taking an opponent off keys, and I think there's one last card left. Ooh, it's another Charette. That's great. All right. Not happy about the Xanthix Harvesters, but there is something, the first thing, okay, let's get the amber before I get into that. Let's get all that amber up here and ready to go. Decent mountainside dis. Don't think there was too much in Mars, but Total Recall will help change that around a little bit. Let's see here. Life for Life is pretty good in here. We're able to use the Dust Imp with that. Let's see, that's amber control there. Okay, so let's count up the amber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can call that 8. Okay, 9, and I'm hoping we get at least 3 back, so let's call that 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow, okay, 20 is a great number. Let's see. Amber Control, though, actually, luckily the disc came in to help us out. Remember, I was talking earlier, Shadows is lacking a little bit. It seems to always lack for AOA, at least for me. So you got the 2 there. Let's see. Yeah, Charettes are nice. Probably the better in the set. Preventing them from forging their first key, we're going to throw that up there as well. That's pretty good. Amber Conduction Unit. See here. Oh, and then Skeleton Key. Okay, not too bad. So we had 1. We'll call that 2. Questionable. 3, 4. At least 5 Amber Control. So that's pretty good. I like seeing that sort of Amber Control. Now, let's talk a little bit about this Total Recall. Let's see how many play effects we have in here, because that's where this card gets really good. If you're able to return creatures that have play effects and be able to use them again, that's so solid. So you got Ronnie Wrist Clocks. That's a great card with that. Let's see here. We had quite a few destroyed effects. No, let's see. Is that the only one? Oh, gosh. Oh, that is sad. Oh, I was hoping we'd at least have a couple more, because you can turn this card into just an insane combo card, just being able to replay. I mean, getting play effects is very valuable, and we only have 1 to really use with that. That is pretty sad. Dang it. Still a great Amber Generation card, but it could have been better. I think the path to victory for this deck is definitely going to involve the Bronze Key Imp. If you can get it out after, you've already forged your first key, which we have 20 Amber, it should happen a decent amount of the time. If you can get your first key, you drop that down, at least stall them for a turn or 2. That'd be excellent. We didn't have any taunt in here, but we do have Kill Zord MK 9001. You can at least turn it into a 4 power, 2 armor creature and give it a little bit of resilience, so that's nice. I do like the Kill Zord card. I think it's a great card to put on Reapers. Yeah, you can put it on a creature that fights. You're going to be gaining the chain, though, but I would much rather kind of protect a good Reap creature. Let's see if we had anything in here that kind of goes with that. Heck, even just protecting your gang here so you can get more steals. That's actually pretty good. Let's see here. I do love the fact that we had Poltergeist that is said just the best artifact control there is. Protecting Tesmal, that's pretty good with the Kill Zord. Even Collector Worm, turning it up to a 4 and a 7 armor creature. Opponents already struggle to defeat Collector Worm, and if you make it more resilient, it's sometimes too much for decks to deal with. So that's pretty nice. Archiving all your opponent's creatures. Maybe use the Hypno Beam to take another creature. Sample collection as well if they have any forged keys. The one thing I like about the Spymaster in here is we can actually call Shadows and still use Tesmal without having to call House Dis. That allow us to potentially play more cards from our hand so that we can draw more cards in the future. That's always nice. Yeah, I think what makes this deck a little bit awkward is it does have some really powerful cards, but they're really good in combination with other cards. And I feel like our best target is Tesmal, but there isn't that many other great targets for our Spymaster, because our Reap effects also happen to be inside of Shadows. So we're not actually going to use its Omni effect to use a friendly creature, except for maybe, I guess, Collector Worm. That's actually not too bad. I do like that, being able to call Shadows, still archive an opponent's creature. That's not bad at all. It's pretty good. Yeah, this deck, let's count up the creatures real quick. A little late to do it, but Want to see what that number is, because that will at least, if there's a lot in here, we'll be able to add a little bit more amber. Should be a little bit quicker, which is nice. Too bad we didn't have a big board wipe to go with our life ward here. Let's see here. Yeah, Scullion, if you don't mind sacrificing a creature, this is a great card to control your opponent's board with. Let's see here. Yeah, God, 2 Harvesters. What a shame. Hypno Beam, that's going to count as a creature. Let's add up the creatures now. 5, 10, 15. Oh, 19 creatures. That's above average. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, so, I mean, it has 20 amber. It has 5 amber control. It has a lot of creatures. I'm not sure why I'm not quite feeling this deck. I mean, as I said, I'm not too keen on those cards. It just feels like, even with the big cards, there just isn't that many effects that just synergize well with each other. That's what this deck is lacking. It's just lacking some synergy. I mean, it does have bigger plays, but it doesn't have... I don't know. Something here. Something's throwing me off with this deck. I can't quite place it. This might be one of those decks that looks better than it plays. It's hard to say. I mean, I do love the 2 Charrettes. It's just... I don't know. I can't figure out why... I can't put my thumb on why this deck is not calling to me. Is it because we opened such good decks the last 2 times? Is that throwing me off? Is that what's going on here? You know, I mean, honestly, this is a fine deck. It is. It's a pretty good deck. I don't know. See, even like Not Finished With You, I'd love to return a whole bunch of play effects, but the deck just doesn't have it. I don't know. It just seems to be all over the place. That's really what it is. It's all over the place. It doesn't have much steel. It does have some cool things, but yeah, let's go ahead and rate this thing. I'm pretty sure this is going to be... It's definitely above average. It's probably close to a B-. Alright guys, well, thank you very much for watching my videos, and I will see you next time.